Hello everyone, it's Queen V and I'm back to you with another video. This video pertains to the missing persons cases of LatashaCrumpColeman, Allisha Watts, Imani Roberson, and Tiffany Foster. Before I get into the new developments and my commentary, I would like to send my continued support to families of missing persons cases, as I know this is a tedious, stressful time in your lives as you anxiously wait for your loved ones to return home and waiting for answers on what occurred. So let us dive right in. As previously reported, Ms. LatashaCrumpColeman has been missing since July 18th, 2023, when she was last seen wearing a black cut jeans and a black shirt. LatashaCrumpColeman was believed to be in a 2002 gray Acura wearing Mississippi tags HPA 8639. That's H as in horse, P as in pool, A as in apple, 8639. In addition, it has been confirmed that Ms. Crump-Coleman has a medical condition in which it can impair her judgment. Her family states that this is not in her character not to contact anyone for days on end, and they suspect foul play to be involved. For information regarding the location of LatashaCrumpColeman, persons are asked to call the Jackson PD at 601-960-1234. Again, persons are asked to call the Jackson PD at 601-960-1234 or call 911. Again, Miss LatashaCrumpColeman has been missing since July 18th, 2023, and it is imperative that she returns home safe and sound to her child and to her family. As it pertains to the missing persons case of Allisha Watts, she has not been seen or heard from since July 16th, 2023. According to reports, Watts was set to travel to Charlotte, North Carolina, with her new partner, James Dunmore, who was later found unresponsive in her black Mercedes SUV on July 18th, 2023, in which he was taken to a local hospital. There has been new video that was released of officers going in and out of Dunmore's home. In addition, there has been new reports as it sheds light onto James Dunmore. New documents obtained by ABC 11 state that James Dunmore had a protective order filed against him in May of this year. Again, documents obtained by ABC 11 state that James Dunmore, the partner of Allisha Watts, had a protective order filed against him in May of this year. In the documents filed by a woman who listed as Dunmore's spouse, describes a physical assault and abduction allegedly committed by Dunmore in May, and lists prior acts of violence and verbal attacks. It is not clear why the documents were filed, as the complainant and Dunmore both lived at addresses in Charlotte. One of Allisha Watts' family stated that she had no idea that Dunmore was married. As previously reported, some of Allisha Watts' family and friends stated that they saw some red flags when meeting Dunmore. According to one family friend, she stated, "There were several things he would say or do to us that were controlling, but to her, it was he loves me." Another family member stated he came off as a weird individual to me. So far, investigators have stopped of naming Dunmore as a suspect in this case, but an incident report filed shortly after Allisha Watts went missing acknowledges his history of domestic violence and refers to him as a person of interest. If you are someone you know has information in the location of Allisha Watts, you are asked to call 910-309-0327 or 800-694-1981. Again, those phone numbers are 910-309-0327 or 800-694-1981. As it pertains to the missing persons case of Imani Roberson, the mother of four has been missing since July 16th, 2023, after she left her mother's home en route to her home. A missing persons report was filed a day later, July 17th, 2023, after her mom made several attempts to get in contact with her. As previously stated, it is out of her character to not get in contact with her parents. There has been some additional developments as it pertains to this case. As previously reported, on July 27th, 2023, Imani Roberson's car was found 30 miles away from her home in Conyers, Georgia, where her car was found burnt. According to the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, the last time her SUV was seen was in southwest Atlanta in the city's central apartment complex. As previously reported, Imani Roberson's father, Ronald Alkin, shared a video from Roberson's Ring doorbell. In it, you can hear a loud noise. Though 11 Alive News could not confirm whether it was a gunshot. In the video, right after the loud noise, you can see Roberson's SUV back out of the driveway and speeding off. Since then, authorities have held a search warrant for the home of Imani Roberson, which led to her car being found 30 miles away being burned. Currently, the sheriff's office is working with the GBI, the Atlanta Police Department, and other agencies in efforts to finding Imani Roberson. While recording this video, there has been some updates about the Imani Roberson case. On August 5th, 2023, the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office held a press conference confirming an arrest in her case. It has been confirmed that Imani Roberson's husband, Donnell Anderson, was taken into custody by SWAT officers on Friday, August 4th, 2023, at an apartment in Atlanta. He currently faces felony homicide, malice homicide, aggravated assault, and possession of a weapon in the commission of a crime, and more charges could be added in the future. Additional warrants have been secured for another person, but their identity has not been disclosed. Details about how Miss Roberson was unalived were not released, but the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office stated that blood was found inside the couple's home and in other places not released by the sheriffs. Additional reports state that between July 17th, 2023, when the missing persons report went in, and July 19th, 2023, deputies stated that they searched homes, phones, cars, and more, and stated that they were able to find Miss Roberson's body miles away from the burned car that they had located earlier in the investigation. Now you will watch this brief press conference, and I will be back with more commentary.
Imani was last seen by her mother on 7/16/2023 after having dinner at her mother's home with her 4 children. After leaving her mother's house, Imani Roberson returned home with 2 of her 4 children, the 3-year-old and 1-month-old baby. The other 2 children stayed the night with their grandmother. On 7/17, Clarine made several attempts to contact her daughter Imani Roberson, as they speak daily and sometimes several times a day, to no avail. Imani's mother decided to go to Imani's home to see if she was home, to find that no one was at the home. Imani's mother then decided to report her daughter missing because it was not like her to not call her and check on her children. We then began an immediate investigation by placing a lookout for the whereabouts of Imani Roberson, contacting family, friends, and identifying any known locations that Amani may frequent. RCSO continued investigations led investigators to the home that was shared by Amani, Donnell Anderson, which is Amani's husband, and the 4 children. What I can tell you now is that our investigation intensified, and it was clear that foul play was evident in the disappearance of Amani. This investigation led us to conduct several search warrants on homes, to include the home of our victim, a car, and cell phones. In addition, we spoke to several individuals, collected a number of evidence to include blood in our victim's home and in other places that I won't be specific on. All while the investigation continues, investigators continue to plan, organize, and search areas around specific locations to find Amani or individuals who could tell us where Amani is and what could they tell us about her disappearance. As we continued to search with the assistance of the cadaver canine, we came across an area where we believed to be evidence of a possible body. As we processed that area, an unknown body was discovered. Once the body was examined and matched the description provided to us on Amani, including tattoos, we matched from photos of Amani, including descriptions that was provided to us by our mother and others, with the body recovered. We were certain that we have located Amani. On 8/4/2023, several more search warrants were secured, as well as arrest warrants for Donnell Anderson, which is her husband. I activated my SWAT team to go and pick up Donnell Anderson. Donnell Anderson was located at an apartment location in the city of Atlanta. Donnell Anderson is charged with felony murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, and there could be more charges. This investigation is still ongoing, and I can assure you that another arrest will be made.
As it pertains to the missing persons case of Tiffany Foster, you may have noticed her picture during my highlights of missing persons cases. There has been some new developments as it pertains to her case, but before I get into the new developments, the original report was on March 1st, 2021, no one has seen or heard from Miss Foster. It was reported that the mother of 3 left her apartment to go shopping and was never seen again. She has missed classes since then, missed work, and even a flight set for Texas. A week later, after her disappearance, her car, her purse, and cell phone were found on March 8th, 2021. There was even a $60,000 reward in place for information regarding to the location and/or safe return of Miss Foster. According to the Coweta County Sheriff's Office, there has been new developments as it pertains to Miss Foster's disappearance. On August 3rd, 2023, Foster's fiance, Reginald Roberson, has been charged with several charges, including felony homicide, malice homicide, concealing the unaliving of another, assault, kidnapping, false imprisonment, forgery in the first degree, financial transaction card theft, and financial transaction card fraud. Though Miss Foster's body has not been recovered, investigators believe the evidence collected in this case confirms that Miss Foster is no longer alive. According to the sheriff's office, there are other avenues and leads still in progress that may be released at a later date. According to reports, Roberson had reported Tiffany Foster missing. He was later arrested for allegedly stealing Miss Foster's car and arrested a second time for kidnapping and aggravated assault, charges unrelated to the disappearance of Tiffany Foster. The Coweta County Sheriff's Office previously stated that 19 separate pieces of evidence were submitted to the GBI, which is the Georgia of Bureau of Investigation, to be processed. Now you will watch this brief news clip and I will be back with my commentary.
Fiance of a Coweta County mom has now been charged with felony murder in connection to her disappearance. So we're talking about Tiffany Foster. She disappeared in March of 2021. Her car was eventually found 30 miles away. But today, the Coweta County Sheriff's Office announced that it has filed charges, new charges against Reginald Roberson. Deputies say while Tiffany's body has not been found, all evidence in this case confirms she is dead, and they are confident in these new charges. And of course, we're going to have a timeline of Tiffany's disappearance and a look back at previous charges filed against Roberson, and it's right on our website, 11 Alive.
I cannot begin to imagine what these two families are currently going through. I would like to send my condolences to the Roberson and Foster families during this difficult time. I cannot begin to imagine the agony of hoping that your daughter, your mom, is coming through that door, only to have those hopes ripped apart from you, as it has been confirmed that the man she chose to marry took it upon himself by thinking he had the authority by taking her out. Words cannot begin to describe the emotions that these families are currently going through. I want persons to understand that when these cases arises, it does have a ripple effect not only on the victims' families, but the communities as a whole. As previously reported, 40% of Black women will experience domestic violence in their lifetime. And unfortunately, 56% of Black women will lose their lives to their current or former partners. It should also be noted that when Black women are pregnant, they are more likely to be unalived during or after pregnancy, While each missing person's case are different, some of these cases that I have highlighted within this video have elements or traits of domestic violence or intimate partner violence. It should be noted that we still have approximately 90,000 to 100,000 Black girls and Black women currently missing. Each of these missing persons cases are important as their family members, community members are waiting for their safe return. Regardless of the outcome, each of their stories deserve to be told with grace and with dignity. And it is up to us as the public to be mindful of when these stories become viral, to not spread misinformation, disinformation, aka lying about these missing persons cases, because it does have an impact on the family of these missing persons cases, and it does have an impact on the ongoing investigation of these missing persons cases. In addition, I've said this before and I will say it again. If we treat missing persons cases as criminal cases, trust me, you will see a significant difference in the attitudes when these cases become public. In addition, we the people should ask mainstream media to do a better job when covering missing persons cases and not dismiss them when they become public. A missing persons case can occur at any time, anywhere, regardless of age, educational background, party affiliation, etc., etc. It is imperative that we continue uplifting families of missing persons cases, even if those persons are no longer here. We must also encourage these families as they are entering the grieving process. While some may never begin to grieve because they are holding on to hope of their loved ones returning home. I will leave in the comments and description below for organizations and hotlines as it pertains to missing persons. In addition to organizations and hotlines as it pertains to domestic violence, plus the contact information as it pertains to the missing persons cases of LatashaCrumpColeman, Allisha Watts, and Imani Roberson, as it is an ongoing investigation. Let us find LatashaCrumpColeman. Let us find Allisha Watts. Say their names, known and unknown. Say her name, Imani Roberson, Tiffany Foster. Justice for Imani Roberson. Justice for Tiffany Foster. Find our people. And as always, please be safe out here, and I will see you in the next video.